So let's do something a little different to start, something to reward you for being here, and maybe a little bit lighter. Can anybody tell me what this is? Come on, I demand audience participation. What is this? Thank you, that's right. Sold in nearly 250,000 retail distribution points around the country. What I want to do, this particular lottery ticket, which I bought just a couple of blocks from here yesterday, offers a grand prize of $1 million. I want to share that grand prize with all of you, if we win. Anybody in? All right. And here's how we're going to do that. Okay, if you would like your share, pull out your device right now, shoot an email to this address, win@D2D Fund. You don't have to give anything else. That'll tell us how to find you. And I promise you, if you do that before my comments are done today and we've scratched off this ticket, and it is a $1 million winner, we will figure out how to share it proportionately with everybody in this room, which is basically several $1,000s for each of you. Okay? Well, I have an alternative idea. The other thing we could do is that I spent $10 on this ticket. We could just divide up that cost evenly. About 500 of us, roughly, say in the room, so do the math, it's about 2 cents for everybody. So let's just figure out who would like to have their chance at $1 million and who would like to have the certainty of the 2 cents. Who's for the million chance? Come on, who's for the million? Who wants the 2 cents for sure? All right, the millions have it, so we'll move ahead. I had to practice this. I bought 2 of these yesterday because I'm not that experienced, but let me explain how this works, and I'll hold it up so maybe the camera can go on it. There are 5 numbers across the top here. I'm going to scratch those off, and then we have a number of rows lower down. And if we have a match, so these numbers now are 6, 25, 17, 37, and 11. Now we're going to scratch the rows, and we have a 40. We're looking for a match here. A 12, an 8, a 29, and a 35. No matches so far. We feeling lucky? Yeah. All right. We'll do one more row for now. We have a 13. We have a 28. We have a 10. We have a 7, and we have a 9. Okay, so no winners so far. More to come. What on earth does this have to do with financial services, much less financial health? This is my way of practicing what I'm about to preach, which is that an element of suspense, of excitement, of anticipation, maybe a touch of whimsy. If we had to pick just a word, we could say fun is an essential tool for financial innovators that are trying to increase the financial health of the United States. Why? I would say 2 reasons. I believe that those of us who work in trying to increase financial security or financial health are fundamentally in the behavior change business. And if you're in the behavior change business, you want people to show up enthusiastic, voluntarily, and excited. Or if you think about that in the reverse, try to help people consider a new behavior or reinforce a positive behavior when they don't want to be there. Anybody an educator in the audience? Ever taught? Second reason, we have heard repeatedly throughout this conference, and I think each of us knows this from our life experience in different ways and our business experience, that financial ill health, if we want to call it that, is a really large problem, right? CFSI has told us 57% of the country. So we need solutions that are going to scale. And demand, consumer demand, drives scale. And what makes you demand something? When you're excited about it and you want it. Now let me say a word about savings. It's been our view at D2D Fund, which is the organization that I've had the privilege of leading for a number of years now, that savings is fundamental to financial health. And I think CFSI's research, they would agree with that. There is no financial health without savings. But it turns out that savings is the ultimate challenge to make fun and exciting and engaging. If you're in the business of extending credit to people, or you're in the business of helping people pay bills, do payments, human need and human nature is on your side. If you can get those products in front of people in a cost-effective way, chances are people will find a way to use them. That's not true for savings. So we have special challenges to make savings exciting. All right, so speaking of exciting, I want all of you to stay engaged. So I'm going to do another round of scratching here. We feeling lucky? All right. So again, we're looking for a 6 or a 25 or a 17 or a 37 or an 11. And we now have an 18, a 5, a 19, a 20, and a 38. All right, so we're close, but no cigar so far. So what I want to do is I want to illustrate this highfalutin talk about making fun and exciting and engaging products that will help us build financial security with a couple of examples, okay? How many of you are wearing a personal fitness tracker today? Don't be shy, go on, right? Fitbit or one of its competitors? Those of you who are not raising your hand, how many of you know somebody who wears a personal fitness tracker? There we go, all right. Some of us can relate to being married to someone or having a parent or a child. It's everywhere. Why have these things become so popular? Right? $2 billion industry that did not exist several years ago. Because most of us want to be healthy. We want to be physically fit, but it's hard. And what these devices and the associated experience has done is make it social. Right? We tell everybody how many steps we've taken. They've made it competitive for those of you who like that. How many steps did you take yesterday? They've given us feedback in real time. This is how you did. This is what it looked like visually. They've helped us set realistic daily goals, 10,000 steps, right? 10,000 steps has now become sort of a popular notion of what we should be doing for exercise. So here's the question. What if we could come up with the Fitbit for savings? So we have been working on just that idea at D2D. We call it Savings Quest. And Savings Quest is a mobile app and a website that incentivizes and rewards savings, regular savings. It makes the experience fun. It provides immediate feedback when you save, visual and other forms. It recognizes you. It can create a social exchange around savings. And we have had the opportunity to pilot test this so far in the context of a prepaid card. And what we found is people like it, and it seems to be effective. So of the people who come to the Savings Quest user interface, half of them sign up, which those of you who work in this field, that conversion rate of 50% is significant. And of those who then go on to use the product, they save with 30% greater frequency every month, and they save higher amounts. So we're in the process of looking for partners who want to work with us to further refine this concept and to scale it. And if you are interested, come see us. My fabulous colleagues are at our booth in the exhibit center. You can get a hold of me or anyone on the team through this email address. We would love to hear from you. And what we're going to do is, everyone who's registered, we will send you our one-pager, Building Blocks of Innovation around Gamification, that includes 5 key insights about how to gamify financial services experiences, which we have earned over the last 5, 6, 7 years of doing this work. So watch for that. Okay, I'd like to do another example of how to make savings fun and engaging, but I'll start with a teaser, which is this idea is particularly timely because there's a recent and powerful policy change that creates new opportunity. The core of this idea, how many people, when's the last time that you were looking forward or were excited about making a savings deposit? Or if it's more appropriate, maybe an electronic transfer into your investment account. Who gets excited about that, looks forward to it? Ooh, there's some hands. You are not a representative audience. But not a lot of hands. That makes sense. There's nothing unexpected. There's no anticipation. But contrast that with the lottery ticket. When we started at the beginning of my talk here a few minutes ago, I asked you, would you rather have the guaranteed return, right, of the 2 cents, or the possibility of the $1 million prize? And obviously the $1 million won out. We have created that same trade-off, that same choice for savings. It's something we call prize-linked savings. And the idea is, instead of the promise of a very modest return, we can offer you the possibility of a prize for making savings deposits. And if you think that idea has merit, there's no surprise. We spend in this country $70 billion every single year on lottery tickets. That works out to about $220 for every person in this country. Massachusetts, where we're based, we have some of the highest figures in the country. It's nearly $1,900 for every household every year on lottery sales. $718 for every person in the state of Massachusetts. So this is a powerful idea. Working with partners, we created a product in the credit union industry that has the brand name Save to Win. The idea is very simple. Every $25 you put into a balance building CD, you earn a chance to win monthly prizes and a large annual or quarterly prize. It turned out that this product is very popular with consumers. In its pilot year, nearly 12,000 accounts were opened, $8.5 million saved. Wide cross-section of different kinds of consumers who responded to it, including people who had not previously saved. But it wasn't only popular with consumers. It got the attention of policymakers and financial services leaders. So since our pilot year, we've now seen policy change in 14 states, including, and I couldn't have timed this better, 2 weeks ago in Texas, both chambers of the House, of the legislature, passed a bill that's now sitting on the governor's desk. So there's a real possibility here, but it not only got state lawmakers' attention, it got members of Congress's attention. And the American Savings Promotion Act, which cleared away federal prohibitions on banks being involved in this type of prize-linked savings product, was introduced and passed Congress last year and signed by President Obama in late December. Thank you. So this is what I want to close with. This creates an opportunity. CFSI has told us, and it makes sense, we want to be financially healthy. Consumers want that. We now have a proven and powerful tool to take the hardest piece of that financial health equation, the savings piece, and make it into something not only that people need, but that they want. We are consulting to firms around the country who want to do this with us, but I invite all of you to think about this core idea and how it can apply in your work to help build the financial health and financial security of your customers, your clients, and your stakeholders. And we'll close by finding out how this turned out for us. So again, we're looking for a 6 or a 25 or a 17 or a 37 or an 11. And if you haven't already, this is your final chance to send the email so we know how to send you your winnings. We have a 32, we have a 22, we have a 30, we have a 16, we have a 3, we have a 15, we have a 26, we have a 31, we have a 24, and we have a 4. So we did not win $1 million today. Maybe not a surprise. What I hope is we had some fun, and that fun helped to keep your attention on this topic, and that we can use that same insight to drive engagement and attention around financial security. Thank you.